Hey everybody, we're back and we're going to jump into section 8.3. We're skipping ahead. We're not skipping section 8.2. We're just going out of order. Today will be really short, so I know you're very sad about that, but no, just kidding. So we're just going to talk about circles today. And the key vocabulary for circle is that a circle is actually the set of all points x comma y are each point in a plane that are equidistant from a fixed point. And here's what that means. So if I choose a point like this, that's the center of the circle, basically I can draw a curve for every other point around the circle, and every point on that circle is equidistant to the center of the circle, and it can be as small or as big as we need, but we know every point on that circle is equidistant to the center. So let's talk about what the center is. The center is the very middle focal point of the circle. So this is the center. And then the radius is the distance, we call it r, from the center to any point on the circle. So we know from the center to here, we call that the radius. And then the standard equation of a circle is simply just, as long as it's got the origins at 0, 0, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Okay? If it's not at 0, 0, that will change the equation a little bit, but this is the standard form of the equation where r equals the radius. Okay? So for example, if I had to graph y squared equals negative x squared plus 36, we want to graph it and then identify the radius on the circle. So keep in mind, I'm looking at this standard equation of a circle, and I don't see it here yet. So I'm going to rewrite it, and I'm going to see what I can do to make it look like this up here. Notice how x squared and y squared are next to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and add x squared over. So we've got x squared plus y squared equals 36. So that looks like it, right? So we've got x squared, y squared, and this right here is r squared. So here's what we know. The value of r squared, the radius squared, equals 36. So to find out how big the radius is, we're going to take the square root of both sides, and the square root will cancel out the squared power, and we have r equals, the square root of 36 is 6. So here's what we know. We need to graph it. So at a center of 0, 0, the radius is 6. So we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right, 6 up, 6 to the left, 6 down. And we draw the circle that goes through all those points, up, down, left, and right. Okay, so there we go. And then the radius of the circle is 6. We're identifying it. So then the last part we're going to do is write the standard form of the equation of a circle whose center is at the origin. Remember, we know it's x squared plus y squared equals r squared. If the point goes through 2, comma, negative 5, well, that doesn't tell me the radius, but I can find it. I know that if I'm drawing this 2, comma, negative 5, looks like this. And if I know that my center of the circle is here, this has to be a radius because the circle is going to look something like this, okay? Well, here's the thing. I can know the distance of the radius by finding the distance from the origin to the point that it goes through. So let's use our distance formula that we learned last section. X2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1. And fill this in. So let's go ahead and label what we have. We've got x1, y1, x2, y2, and let's fill this in. So we've got the distance equals the root of, and we're going to set this up so I can do the math and drop these in. So we've got x2, x1, y2, y1. And now we're going to simplify. We end up with 2 squared plus negative 5 squared, which is 4 plus 25, which is the root of 29. Which, if that's the distance, that's also, we know that's the radius. So if the radius is the root of 29, and I want to fill in the standard form, so I know it's going to be x squared plus y squared equals the radius, which is the root of 29 squared. Well, I know the root of 29 squared is just 29. And the rest of this is just x squared plus y squared. And that is our standard form of the equation of that circle. And that's it. I'll see you back in class. Bye.